How to tell if he's cheating on you. You can feel it, can't you? That quiet ache in your chest. Something feels different. He's there. But somehow, he's not. You tell yourself you're just overthinking. You don't want to sound crazy or paranoid. But your heart, your intuition keeps whispering, something's wrong. Let's face it, love. When a man starts to cheat, it's not always about what he says. It's about what he stops doing. He stops looking at you the same way. His hugs feel shorter. His eyes don't linger. And when you talk, he seems distracted, like he's in another world. He starts guarding his phone, turning it face down on the table, or keeping it in his pocket even at home. He suddenly needs privacy, and the password you once knew has changed. He becomes unpredictable, sometimes too sweet, sometimes distant and cold. It's like he's living a double life, and deep down, you can feel the gap growing. But here's the thing, beautiful, the signs aren't just about what he hides. They're also about how you start to feel. You feel anxious more often. You question your worth. You start checking his social media, searching for something that confirms your fear. Because a woman's heart always knows, long before her mind admits it. He starts arguments over nothing, just to leave the house angry. He makes you feel guilty for asking simple questions. He twists your words until you end up apologizing for something you didn't even do. And those sweet little details he used to notice. Your perfume, your laugh, your favorite song. Now, they go unnoticed or worse. He seems irritated by the very things he once loved. You catch him smiling at his phone. You ask, "What's so funny?" And he says, "It's just work." But that smile, it wasn't the kind he gives his boss. It was the kind that used to be meant for you. Then comes the emotional distance. He stops sharing his thoughts. He stops asking about your day. He's there, but he's disconnected, like his soul is somewhere else. And you start missing a version of him that maybe doesn't exist anymore. But listen, love, this isn't about being paranoid. It's about trusting your intuition. It's about noticing when the energy changes, because it always does before the truth comes out. There's a moment every woman faces, that breaking point between doubt and truth. You've told yourself, he's just tired. You've said, work has been stressful. You've made excuses for the distance, the silence, the shift. But deep down, you know it's more than that. You can feel it in the pauses, in the way he says, "I love you," as if he's repeating a line, instead of feeling it. You start replaying every detail, every late reply, every cancelled plan, every "I fell asleep" text that didn't sound right. And slowly, it begins to make sense. You remember how he used to light up when you walked into a room. Now his eyes barely meet yours. You ask about his day. He shrugs. You tell him about yours. He nods, already scrolling on his phone. And that's when you realize you're no longer his priority. You're his routine, a comfortable background to his story. He's writing with someone else. You might notice new clothes, a new cologne, a sudden obsession with how he looks in the mirror. He's changing, but not for you. He accuses you of being controlling, when all you did was ask where he was. He acts annoyed by your concern. He says, "You're too sensitive," when you just want reassurance. That's how cheaters protect themselves, by making you question your sanity. They call it love, but what they really want is freedom, without consequence. So you start to shrink. You start walking on eggshells, trying not to upset him, trying not to seem crazy. But listen, my love, you're not crazy. You're not overreacting. You're simply feeling the truth, before it's spoken. A woman's heart is a lie detector. It senses absence in the middle of presence. It feels betrayal in the smallest of gestures. You can't explain it logically. You just know. And once you start to see the pattern, you can't unsee it. You can pretend for a while, But pretending becomes exhausting. Because no matter how much you wish it away, truth has a way of finding light. It shows up in the tone of his voice, in how quickly he puts his phone down, in the way he avoids eye contact. When you ask a simple question like, "Are you happy with me?" One day you stop searching for proof. You stop checking his phone. You stop asking questions he won't answer. Because suddenly you realize, you don't need his confession to know the truth. The silence between you says enough. His absence screams louder than any lie. You feel it in your bones. And this time, you don't ignore it. You look at him across the room and understand something powerful. The love you gave was real. But the way he treated it, that's on him, not you. You start to remember who you were before you doubted yourself, before you started walking on eggshells, before you accepted the bare minimum and called it love. And that's when the healing begins. It doesn't happen all at once. Some mornings you'll still wake up, wanting to believe his lies. Some nights you'll still replay the good moments, trying to find the man you fell for. But slowly, the pain becomes your teacher. It shows you your strength. It shows you how deeply you can feel, and how much you can survive. You start to laugh again, even if it feels strange at first. You wear your favorite perfume again, not for him, but for you. You look in the mirror and realize, you're still here, and you're still beautiful. Because here's the truth, love. Being cheated on doesn't mean you weren't enough. It means he wasn't ready to love someone who was real. Men who cheat chase validation. They confuse attention with affection, and desire with love. They break something pure, just to feed their ego. But you loved with depth. You stayed loyal. You tried. And now, you're free to give that love to someone who will value it. So if he's cheating, don't let it destroy your faith in love. Let it remind you to protect your peace, to listen to your intuition, to walk away with dignity. Because one day, he'll think of you when it's too late. He'll remember the softness in your voice, the way you cared, the way you loved him when he didn't deserve it. And by then, you'll already be gone, healing, growing, glowing. You'll realize the truth you were too scared to see. He didn't break you, love. He revealed the strength you always had inside you.